The meeting is now called to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Legislators May. Here. Meeker.
Here.
Gunnip.
Here.
Cody. Here. Abbott. Here. Romeo.
Here.
Fiato.
Here.
Harvey.
Here.
Olson.
Here.
McCarran.
Here.
Knapp. Here. Bush. Here. Kelly.
Here.
Brown.
Here.
Garland. Here. Hernandez.
Here.
Mr. Chairman.
Here.
17 present, none absent.
Thank you. Please stand for the invocation given by Leader Hernandez and remain standing for the salute to the flag led by Leader May.
Good afternoon, everyone. I wanted to take some time first. We have lost so many community leaders within these last couple of months. Past Honorable Legislator Judy Tassone and Ken Jackson, a community journalist, a civil activist, and humanitarian Van Robinson. Just recently, Jack Dooley on the town board of DeWitt, just to name a few. And I would like to take a moment of silence just to honor the loss that we've lost. Heavenly Father, I ask you to give us your strength to endure difficulties, wisdom to make the right decisions, and guidance to follow your path. May you grant us with this wisdom, strength, and discernment as we make decisions that impact our constituents' lives. Help us to serve with integrity, compassion, and a commitment to the common good. Lord, please let us be reminded that this authority is divinely ordained. As stated in the Bible, a house divided against itself cannot stand. Therefore, I pray for them to be unified in righteousness for the state of our nation. Help us to remember why we entered public service and to continue serving with dedication and a heart for others. May we be able to find common ground and work together for the benefit of all. Help us to listen to each other's perspectives and to seek solutions that promote justice and fairness for the county of Onondaga. Continue to help us find strength and courage to stand for what is right, to make decisions that honor our values. Lord, I ask this in Jesus' name. Let us say amen.
Are there any corrections to the minutes of the previous session? Seeing none, the minutes are approved. Are there any communications to be presented?
As listed on the agenda.
Thank you. This time I'd like to have Legislator Rich McCarran and Ms. Shawnee Davis please come forward for a gold seal presentation.
It's an honor for me to be here today and actually formally meet Shawnee and Mr. Griffin. In doing a little research, I did stalk your social media a little bit. I learned a little bit about you. I actually knew who your wife was before you introduced me, but I didn't want to embarrass you. You know, we know who the powerhouse behind Shawnee is. But I'm going to read the resolution here in a minute, the gold seal, but I just want to talk about who you are. You didn't have the best of circumstances. You had some unique challenges in your life that many of us have never faced. Despite some of these challenges, the loss of your mother at a young age, when you were going to school, you've I thought she's, oh, geez. Okay, well, I'm glad, but your story's a little better. But you broke through glass ceilings, you destroyed boundaries, you achieved things that at a young age, I bet you didn't think you had the opportunities to do. And with these successes, you're reinvesting in your local community. You are engaging younger members of the community and to provide them opportunities that you may not have had, but that you found a way to create for yourself. Mr. Griffin, I want to thank you personally for recognizing this talent. And when I talk about the awards she won with the Small Business Administration, you know, it's through your recognition of her skill set, her empowerment, and her community leadership that allows all of us to be better people just for knowing her and seeing the works that you do. So I'm going to read this here. It's presented by me. I recognize and honor Master Electrician Shawnee Davis for being selected Small Business Person of the Year by the U.S. Small Business Administration. Whereas Ms. Davis is a lifelong resident of Syracuse who spent her childhood living in housing projects with her mother before attending Syracuse University, where her studies were cut short due to her mother's cancer diagnosis. And whereas, during a trip to Florida to visit her father, Ms. Davis assisted him with an electrical job and found her passion in electrical work. And whereas, upon her return to Syracuse, she got an internship with the International Brotherhood, probably should be sisterhood as well, of electrical workers and quickly rose in the ranks to become a master electrician. And whereas Ms. Davis is the first African-American woman licensed as a master electrician in New York State and is the founder of Luminary Electrical Service. And whereas Luminary Electrical Service is an LGBT Black woman-owned business which employs 15 people and in 2025 is projected to have more than $5 million in revenue. And whereas, because of these accomplishments, Shawnee Davis has been named Small Business Person of the Year by the U.S. Small Business Administration's Syracuse District Office. And whereas Ms. Davis is deeply committed to empowering youth, supports marginalized individuals to increase diversity in the electrical field, serves on several community boards, and partners with organizations like Erie 21 and the Boys and Girls Club. Now, therefore, be it resolved that Legislator Richard McCarron and all members of the Onondaga County Legislature do hereby recognize and honor Master Electrician Shawnee Davis for being selected Small Business Person of the Year by the U.S. Small Business Administration. Congratulations to you.
I'm not going to say much because I said a whole lot yesterday. It's recorded. I'll put it on my social media so he can stalk me and see it. But I really just want to say thank you. This is more than I ever expected when I started this journey. But, you know, like I said yesterday, I'm going to continue to pour into my community. And I hope the other business owners in our area kind of follow suit and really invest in our community, especially in the under-resourced communities, because at the end of the day, we can't do it without all people, everyone. So thank you.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Well, thank you and congratulations. Has anyone signed up to speak for the public comment period?
Yes.
I have a list. Now, just to be clear, public comment period at Onondaga County Legislature the topic needs to be on what's on the agenda. That's according to our rules, it's according to our rules and Robert's rules. And that's the rule of the legislature, but it is still left up to the chairman and me. And so I only have one here that's outside of the reach. But the first is Melissa Ross, if you would come here to speak about 27 million. Now you've got 3 minutes, and I'm the time holder. And then just push the green. Oh, I'm sorry, it's on.
Good afternoon. I'm here today to deliver a petition from CNY Solidarity, and what we are asking is for the county legislature and the county executive to have a public forum where we could discuss things like the $27 million that you are asking for today to spend on development for Micron. We have a lot of other questions, and we want to support this. We want to support this for our community, but we have some questions and we have some concerns, especially considering the cuts that are coming from the federal government. So you're asking for another $27 million today. All we are asking for is a forum to discuss this and how our investments into Micron are going to be impacted by everything that is going on right now. So that's all we really have to say. We have 200 signatures here, and we'll keep the petition going, and we'll keep adding more. We delivered it to Ryan McMahon's office this morning as well. And I guess the only other thing I would really like to add is that when I got involved with Onondaga County politics, it was really on account of Joni Mahoney in the Shared Services Forum. We were really allowed to discuss that and get into that, and I know that it was ordered by the governor at the time, but I think here in Onondaga County, we can have a community conversation about things that are going to affect our community. And I would really, really encourage that, and I would love to see you guys take on a similar style where the community could engage with the future of Onondaga County. And thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next is Elaine Denton.
Good afternoon. My name is Elaine Denton, and I live in the town of Manlius. I'm here today to ask you to vote no on giving OSIDA another $27 million of taxpayer money to buy land for private companies. There is a lot to do to prepare for Micron, from building housing, replacing and upgrading water pipes, roads, drainage infrastructure, workforce training, and more. After decades of neglect, we need to catch up and get our community ready. We need to focus on what our residents need. The only way this historic investment in Central New York works is if the residents of Onondaga County are taken care of. We need clean, healthy water to drink, safe, affordable housing to live in, reliable transportation to the jobs that are already here and coming, affordable childcare, and a sustainable environment. There are so many ways $27 million could help our community. It could be used to build 3-bedroom apartments that are sorely lacking in Onondaga County. If the county can spend over $100 million to build an aquarium for fish, we should be able to fill this need and build family-friendly apartments, helping with family homelessness. Or let's send checks to the over 60,000 residents living in poverty in Onondaga County. We saw how stimulus payments lifted millions out of poverty during the pandemic. Let's actually reduce poverty in our community. Stimulus money stays right here in our community because people use it to pay for living expenses. Onondaga County did this in 2022, sending seniors a one-time $200 check. My point is, there are more important issues to use this money for than being a real estate company for businesses. We have resources to help companies locate here without having to buy their property for them. We need to take care of our residents, which in turn will attract more people and businesses. Let's remember the report of the economic impact New York State completed in 2022, which reported one of the biggest categories for new jobs will be government jobs. Local and state governments will employ as many as Micron suppliers. We can't keep giving tax breaks and taxpayers' money out without returns because we're going to need it to fund future jobs and services. Giving $27 million out with no metrics for success and no details on if, when, or how taxpayers will be paid back does not make sense. Let's learn from our past mistakes and let's put this money into our community, not corporations. Please vote no. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up is Darlene Medley.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Darlene Medley from Uniquely Free to be Lead Free, and of course, I'm here to address lead in our community. So I was reading and I see that we received, and I say we because it's the whole community, not just the county legislation, but we received $142 million in federal aid so far this year in 2025. But yet and still, we are still number one, childhood poverty, number one, lead poisoning, number one with our third graders reading at the lowest rate possible. We still have number one in food insecurity. We still have poor public transportation. We actually have more lead in our water. We're not talking about Skinny Atlas Lake, let's be clear, not the lake. The lead pipes, okay? Understand this, the lead pipes. We actually have more of those than they do in Flint, Michigan, right? So just imagine, at the beginning of this, when I first came and talked to y'all, we was at 600 children per year. I am terrified to see what the numbers are this year. Because not only are our children being poisoned by the paint, but now they're being poisoned by our water in our homes, our water in our schools, and yet and still, nobody's not coming out saying anything. Nobody's not coming out saying anything. Where is the funding, the tenant aid that was given when our AG went and sued 2-3 landlords from right here in Syracuse? I have families reaching out to me right now asking me where their funding is because they was a part of that whole suit. No funding was given to them. My own landlord was sued. My kids wasn't even given a lollipop. So I'm confused on what we're really doing. We're receiving all of this money, and in all honesty, everybody's pocketing money off of the backs and the pains of those children that have been affected by lead poisoning. And it's sickening. It really is. It's tiring. This can easily be fixed. We keep writing all these excuses. Y'all keep looking for somebody to blame. I said that when I first came in here in 2019. I'll take the blame. Fine, we figured out who's to blame for the lead. I brought the lead to Syracuse. Okay, that's out the way. Now we need to be figuring out what the solution is. We keep sitting here bumping heads and all. Everybody, oh, I'm doing this. No. I'm out in my community every single day, walking the beat, going door to door, putting water filters in hands of residents. Not a Brita filter, but an actual pure filter. Not the little 3-liter container, whereas if you have a family that's bigger than 4, only everybody's getting 1 drink of water. No, I'm not doing that. I'm doing the actual filter where I have to go in your house and I'm attaching it to your sink. Mind you, I don't get paid for none of this, but I do it because I want my community to be lead-free, because I'm actually living this by having 2 sons that are actually affected by lead. I'm living this. I'm walking this. This is the everyday life for me. So this is not something that let me just get up because, I'm getting paid. No. I'm doing this because I'm pure-hearted. I'm true to heart. So I'm asking y'all to please, these are our kids. I should not have to come up here and constantly keep begging y'all and asking y'all and pleading with y'all to do right by children. These are children that did not ask to be here. These are children that are going to actually, sooner or later, take y'all seats. So we need to do right by them. If you guys are going to need care when you get a little bit older. You guys are going to need good nursing homes. You guys are going to need children that can actually read and understand that this means by mouth and not for you to get an injection in your arm. You're going to need these children. So it's best for you to pour into these children now versus you waiting until they're adults, and then we're sitting here trying to figure out, guess what? I'm now about to have a heart attack because I got something put in my arm that really should have been put in my mouth. It's time to act, y'all. We've been going around this circle over and over and over, and everybody's still playing this game of we don't know this, we putting the blame on this one, putting the blame on that. Stop. It's over with. Enough is enough. Heal the kids. The kids deserve to be lead-free, and I'm not going to stop coming down here, y'all, until every kid in Onondaga County is free of lead. Thank you.
Thank you. Last is Robert Saracen.
Good afternoon. My name is Robert Saracen, and I live in DeWitt. Onondaga County must face the hard truth that we will lose many programs and services because of decisions made by the Trump regime. We already know that Catholic Charities has laid off 51 workers and Interfaith Workers has laid off 19 workers because of cuts in refugee resettlement funds. We know that there have already been sharp reductions enforced in the Social Security Administration and VA hospitals. While we do not have exact figures at the time, we must acknowledge these cuts will have serious consequences for our communities. We know there will be reductions in the Meals on Wheels programs, and we can anticipate that OCC will lose funds because of cuts in the Department of Education's program and services. The biggest threat to the physical and mental health of our county's residents will be a reduction in Medicaid funds. Onondaga County will have to adjust its budget priorities to deal with the cuts in direct and matching funds from Washington. In regards to the petition that was earlier submitted today, it will have to deal with the inevitable cuts to $142 million in federal aid we received in 2025 to support our health department, social services, children and family services, adult and long-term care. I believe a nonpartisan town hall will be beneficial for the entire community and look forward to hearing from the county executive and the legislature on holding the open town hall. Since the county will have to find funds to deal with the cuts from Washington, one way to save money is to eliminate any additional spending on the aquarium. While the so-called plan is to raise money from funds of the aquarium, I believe the county executive has an additional plan that will take excess funds from projects that did not spend its complete allocation and transfer these funds to help build the aquarium. I urge the legislature to adopt a resolution to prevent this maneuver, since in the final analysis, it's all taxpayer money, and the legislature should make it even clearer that no additional taxpayer money will go to the aquarium. Another way to save money is not pass the resolution today to pay $27 million to purchase additional land. The county has not adequately explained why private companies cannot make the purchase themselves. Is this another example of haste makes waste? While the county can't wait to purchase land, it has no problem delaying the release of the environmental impact statement. By delaying the release, the county is actually slowing down the approval process, since no sensible reviewing authority is going to deny requests for additional time to respond due to the size of the document. The size of the Micron project requires a robust discussion, and the more time that is allocated will only assist the process. Many commentators have said that timing is everything in comedy. All of the issues I've talked about today are not jokes, but are still issues of timing. We need an open town hall now to get prepared for the cuts that will be inevitably arriving from Washington in time. We need a resolution now to prevent the county executive from taking excess funds from other projects to pay for the aquarium now. We do not need the $27 million for the real estate. Finally, we need the release of the environmental impact statement now, since delaying the release will only delay the review process, since the statement is so huge and the issues are so crucial to the well-being of our community. Thank you for seriously considering these issues of timing.
Thank you. Is there anyone else wishing to speak? Seeing none, the public comment period is now closed. The clerk will begin the call of districts, starting with district number 17.
District 17, Ms. Hernandez.
None.
District 1, Mr. May.
None.
District 2, Mr. Meeker.
None.
District 3, Mr. Burtis.
Mr. Chairman, I rise and offer item 1 and urge its adoption.
Confirming appointment to the Onondaga County Justice Center Oversight Committee.
Leader May.
Thank you, Chairman. This is on your behalf, of course. This resolution proposes to appoint Dr. Jay Brenner to the Justice Center Oversight Committee, and I urge its adoption. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion? Appreciate the doctor coming forward. Take a chance to read his long resume. Will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo. 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 1 is adopted.
District 4, Ms. Gunnip.
I rise and offer items 2 through 4 and urge their adoption.
Approving and directing the correction of certain errors on tax bills.
Legislator Gunnip.
Yes, this is a correction of errors on one property due to a sewer unit charge.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo. 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 2 is adopted. Number 3.
Confirming appointment of Christy Smiley as Chief Fiscal Officer.
Legislator Gunnip.
Yes, this is the confirming the appointment of Christy Smiley as the Chief Fiscal Officer. I'm sorry to see Steve Morgan leave and retire, but wish him all the best. But I'm happy to offer the appointment of Christy Smiley. She has over 20 years of experience with Onondaga County. I've worked with her personally, and she will do a great job to fill Steve's shoes. Thank you. Urge your appointment.
Any other discussion? Leader May.
I too am very excited about Christie's appointment. This is certainly her day and her time, and I'm sure our process will be as good as it's been over the past 13 years that I can remember. I'd like to, on behalf of several of us here, just thank Mr. Morgan for his service. I know we'll probably do something down the road in that regard, but more importantly for his partnership, guidance, and support over the last 13 years in leading both us and Christy to the point we are today, which is a period of transition. So thanks to Steve.
Indeed. Thank you to Steve Morgan. Any other discussion? Welcome, Christy. Thank you for taking it on. We'll look forward to it. Will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo. 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 3 is adopted. Number 4.
Standard Workday and Reporting Resolution.
Yes, number 4 is a standard workday requirement reporting for 3 employees as required for the New York State retirement system.
Is there any other discussion? Will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo. 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 4 is adopted.
District 5, Ms. Cody.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chairman. I rise to offer resolutions number 5 through 17 and urge their adoption.
Calling for a public hearing on the tentative 2025-2026 budget of the Onondaga Community College.
Legislator Cody.
Yes, this is just calling for that public hearing for the tentative OCC budget. It will be held here at the courthouse prior to the Ways and Means meeting on May 27th.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo. 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 5 is adopted. Number 6. Sorry.
A resolution authorizing the construction of improvements to various highways in and for the County of Onondaga, New York, at a total maximum estimated cost of $6 million, and authorizing the issuance of $6 million bonds of said county to pay costs thereof.
Legislator Cody.
Yes, this resolution that we do every year will cover the Onondaga County DOT work plan. We've seen the work plan, and that has it broken all down, the various projects that are going to be done this year.
Is there any other discussion?
I'd like to be a co-sponsor of this resolution.
Very well. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a long call?
Legislators May. Yes. Hernandez. Meeker.
Yes.
Gunnip.
Yes.
Cody.
Yes.
Abbott.
Yes.
Romeo.
Yes.
Fiato.
Yes.
Harvey.
Yes.
Olson.
Yes.
McCarron.
Yes.
Knapp.
Yes.
Bush. Kelly. Brown.
Yes.
Garland. Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 6 is adopted. Number 7.
A resolution authorizing various bridge improvement projects in and for the County of Onondaga, New York, at a maximum estimated cost of $1,450,000, and authorizing the issuance of $1,450,000 bonds of said county to pay costs thereof.
Legislator Cody.
Yes, this is the same also from the work plan, which details the bridge work that will be done around the county.
Is there any other discussion? Will the clerk please call a long call?
Legislators May? Yes. Hernandez?
Yes.
Meeker?
Yes.
Gunnett?
Yes.
Cody? Yes. Abbott?
Yes.
Romeo?
Yes.
Fiato?
Yes.
Harvey?
Yes.
Olson?
Yes.
McCarron?
Yes.
Knapp?
Yes.
Bush? Kelly? Brown?
Yes.
Garland?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 7 is adopted. Number 8.
A resolution authorizing bond resolution number 189 of 2017, dated December 5th, 2017, authorizing the issuance of $10 million bonds of the County of Onondaga, New York, to pay costs related to improvements to the North Area Highway Maintenance Facility and for said county.
Legislator Cody.
Yes, this is one of our really commendable stories here. Back in 2017, we approved this money for the North Area Maintenance Facility over on Malloy Road. And instead of taking that building down and putting up a new building, which would have used up all of those funds, they were able to renovate the existing building and do a really stellar job over there. A while back, our facilities committee held a meeting over there, and we got a tour, and we were all very impressed by the work that they did. One of DOT's own, Odine Dyer, was instrumental in putting that design together, and it's really just, if you haven't been over there, take the time to go over and take a look at it, because it was great. So the good thing was that the money that they saved by doing that themselves is able to be repurposed now to put toward maintenance facilities in Marcellus and Jamesville. Those are older buildings and could use some repairs and renovation there. So we'll send some of that money over their way and kind of get 3 for the price of 1 here.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion? Will the clerk please call a long call?
Legislators May? Yes. Hernandez?
Yes.
Meeker?
Yes.
Gunnett?
Yes.
Cody? Yes. Abbott?
Yes.
Romeo?
Yes.
Fiato?
Yes.
Harvey?
Yes.
Olson?
Yes.
McCarron?
Yes.
Knapp?
Yes.
Bush? Kelly? Brown?
Yes.
Garland?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 8 is adopted. Number 9.
Amending the design and right-of-way incidentals phase of the Onondaga Boulevard paving project, PIN 3756.75, by $150,000, and increasing the authorization.
Very well. Legislator Cody.
Yes, these next several resolutions are paying the first instance Fed aid projects that will be reimbursable. This one is for design of the Onondaga Boulevard paving project.
Is there any other discussion? Will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo? 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 9 is adopted. Number 10.
Amending the 2025 county budget to fund in the first instance 100% of the federal aid eligible costs at a maximum amount of $1,120,000 for the design and
Waive the reading, please.
Very well. Legislator Cody.
Yes, this resolution is for Phase 2 of our Loop the Lake project. This will be put toward the design for the section from Murphy's Island to the Onondaga Lake Parkway.
Thank you. Any other discussion?
I would like to co-sponsor.
Co-sponsor also.
Any other discussion? Will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 10 is adopted. Number 11,
Amending the 2025 county budget to pay in the first instance 100% of the federal and state aid eligible costs at a maximum amount of $5,320,000 for the construction phase of the Route 57 and
Move to
Sewell
waive
Road.
the reading.
so moved. Legislator Cody.
Yes, again, this is for the construction of a project, a paving project in Liverpool in the town of Clay.
Any other discussion? Yes,
I'd like to co-sponsor.
very well.
Thank you.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 11 is adopted. Number 12,
Amending the 2025 county budget to pay in the first instance 100% of the federal and state eligible costs at a maximum amount of $3,515,000 for the construction phase of the Buckley Road
Move to waive the
paving.
reading.
so moved. Thank you. Legislator Cody.
Yes, this is another construction project. This one is also in the town of Clay at Buckley and Bear Roads.
Is there any other discussion?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Please list me as co-sponsor.
Is there any others?
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be a co-sponsor as well.
Very well. Thank you. Is there any other discussion? Will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 12 is adopted. Number 13,
Amending the 2025 county budget to fund in the first instance 100% of the federal aid eligible costs at a maximum amount of $1,938,000 for the design and construction phases of the Peck Road Bridge.
Move to waive the reading.
so moved. Legislator Cody.
Yes, moving over to the east side of the county, this is a bridge to Chittenango, which is in Madison County. This project, the work will be done by our DOT, but we will be sharing the cost with Madison County.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion? Yes.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to be added as a co-sponsor, please.
Any others? Leader Hernandez?
Yes, I would like to be added as a co-sponsor.
Very well. Any others? Any other discussion? Will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 13 is adopted. Number 14,
Amending the 2025 county budget to fund in the first instance 100% of the federal aid eligible costs at a maximum amount of $1,840,000 for the design and right-of-way incidentals phase of the Route 57 bridge.
Move to waive the reading.
so moved. Thank you. Legislator Cody.
Yes, this is another shared bridge project. This one is in the northern end of the county to the Oneida River. And as well, we will be doing the work and sharing the cost with Oswego County.
Is there any other discussion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I'd like to co-sponsor.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Are there others? Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 14 is adopted. Number 15,
Amending the 2025 county budget to pay in the first instance 100% of the federal and state aid eligible costs at a maximum amount of $6,745,000 for the construction phase of the Buckley Road.
Move
paving
to waive
project.
the reading.
I was going to give you a break, Brian.
So-
I will waive the next couple.
so moved. On this one, Legislator Cody.
Yes, this is the other end of Buckley Road, mostly in the town of Salina, from Hopkins Road to Taft Road. This is a very busy corridor there. I think with a lot of the construction going on 81 and other roads, this road is being used as a cut through, so it's very heavy traffic, and this will be a welcome widening of that road for folks.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 14 is adopted. Number 15,
amending the 2025 county budget to pay in the first instance.
16.
Sorry, 16.
We'll start over. Amending the 2025 county budget to pay in the first instance 100% of the federal and state aid eligible costs at a maximum
I move
amount
to
of...
waive the reading.
So moved, thank you. Legislator Cody.
Yes, this is another bridge project. This one is the Limestone Plaza Bridge in the town of Manlius.
Is there any other discussion? Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to co-sponsor this. Thank you.
Any others? Any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 16 is adopted. Number 17.
Authorizing the county executive to enter into a 5-year agreement with the state of New York for snow and ice control
I
on
move to
state
waive the
highways.
reading.
So moved. Legislator Cody.
Yes, this is the money that New York State provides to us to take care of the state roads. It's a base amount for the season for our help with their state highways.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 17 is adopted.
District 6, Ms. Abbott.
None.
District 7, Mr. Romeo.
None.
District 8, Ms. Fiato.
None.
District 9, Ms. Harvey.
None.
District 10, Mr. Olson.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I rise and offer items 18 through 21 and urge their adoption.
Confirming appointment to the Onondaga County Justice Center Oversight Committee.
Legislator Olson.
Yes, this is, as everybody sees, the resume that was in our package. I urge this adoption for Dr. Cohen.
Is there any other discussion? Will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 18 is adopted. Number 19.
Authorizing the Onondaga County Sheriff's Office to accept a gift of drones and associated equipment from the Empire Drone Company, LLC.
Legislator Olson.
Yes, as we talked about in public safety, this is actually going to be a great training tool for the Sheriff's Department for the new pilots and a great asset for the Sheriff's Department, and it's a donation, which is kind of nice once in a while. So I urge its adoption.
Any other discussion? Free is okay. Would the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 19 is adopted. Number 20.
Authorizing the Onondaga County Sheriff's Office to accept a gift of the Thermo Fisher Scientific First Defender RM Chemical Identification System.
Legislator Olson.
Another nice thing that the Sheriff's Department is getting a gift for, and I urge its adoption. This is something that we don't have presently and we can use.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 20 is adopted. Number 21.
Memorializing the New York State Legislature to enact Senate Bill Number S7384 and Assembly Bill Number A7934 and concurring in the preparation of a home rule request.
Legislator Olson.
So this home rule request is actually due to an administrative error, and we've talked about this, and so I support this and enact Senate Bill Number S7384 and Assembly Bill A7934, and it is a home rule request. Thank you.
Indeed. Is there any other discussion? Yes.
I request to be made a co-sponsor.
Any others? Any more discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 21 is adopted.
District 11, Mr. McCarron.
None.
District 12, Mr. Knapp.
Thank you. I rise to present items 22 through 24 and urge their adoption.
Calling for a public hearing on the proposed inclusion of viable agricultural lands within certified agricultural districts pursuant to Section 303B of the New York State Agriculture and Markets Law.
Legislator Knapp.
Thank you. So number 22 is a process that we go through every year in the agricultural district program, and This is calling for the public hearing on those properties, not the actual voting to approve them themselves. We will do that at a later time. But, this is a process that's very well vetted. Our committee that led by Leader May and Brian Reeves, that our Farmland Protection Board vets these properties to make sure they are actual agricultural lands. And Jamie McNamara and our entire staff do a lot of work behind the scenes putting this all together every year. And so big shout out to them. But again, this is just calling for the public hearing, and then we'll consider the actual applicants after that.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo, 17 ayes, none opposed.
Resolution number 22 is adopted. Number 23.
Amending the 2025 county budget to provide for an appropriation of general fund balance to support housing, economic development, and technology initiatives.
Legislator Knapp.
Thank you. So item number 23 has gone through the Planning Committee as well as the Ways and Means Committee. It's a total of $33 million broken into three individual programs. The first is $1 million for new computers and artificial intelligence applications, primarily for Department of Social Services as well as children and family. And the good news is a lot of that money for those computers and even some of the software is reimbursable by New York State. So although we'll be fronting the money, we will be getting a good portion of that back. So that's an outstanding investment. The second project under this is $5 million for our OCHIP housing program. This has been an incredibly successful program so far. And has resulted in numerous new housing from individual houses to multifamily. We all heard the stats at both the Planning and Ways and Means Committee, and the interesting part is 68% of this money has been spent within the city limits. So that's great news as well. That will, with this $5 million, we will now be up to $25 million towards housing initiatives in the past few years. So a huge statement and a very successful program. So that's the $5 million. And then finally, the $27 million for to go to as a loan to the Industrial Development Agency to purchase property for further economic development purposes. This is something that we've been working on for many years. Before I was on the legislature, I was on the IDA myself, and we were working on the White Pine area way back then. This is over 14 years ago, as well as other areas. And now we are enjoying the fruits of all those labors. And this is all coming together very nicely. And this property is not is for a lot of our other industries, not just the Micron, but we've been really blessed to have a lot of other companies moving into the area, both microchip and other high-tech type manufacturing that all require supply chain companies. And so we are just not locked in on one. We are going to look at everything, everybody that needs to come here to make sure we've got space for them. The last piece of this is our surrounding counties would like nothing more than us to sit on our hands and not be prepared for these other companies coming in so that they can try and attract them over to their areas. And so, this is something that's proactive, it's well thought out, there's a good plan in place, and it will make us the home to come to first. And then if something can't be worked out here, they look at neighboring communities. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there other discussion?
Mr. Chairman.
Leader Hernandez.
I just want to say it is a little motivating to see the $5 million being added to the OCHIP. It's not enough, as we know. This community is in desperate need of housing, and this is a step in the right direction. $1 million technology is essential. However, when compared to the proposed $27 million to purchase land for hypothetical businesses to come, we're forgetting the people that we serve and failing to respond to the scale of their problems. Yes, businesses can bring more employment, more economical growth, but who benefits? We do understand that it is a loan, and I do have a question. In the past, when the county has loaned funds to the IDA, has that loan been paid back directly to the county, and if so, how much?
This is not a forum to ask a question.
But I do want to make a motion. I just wanted to know if you wanted to have more discussion before I made a motion.
You want more discussion? Oh, yes, I'd like more discussion.
Would you like more?
Yes, please.
Okay.
More discussion. Sorry, Legislator Meeker.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to co-sponsor this.
Very well. Legislator Kelly, sorry.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I will be voting yes on item 23. And to be clear, I'm voting yes because a no vote represents a vote against housing, against computers and technology to streamline workflow and improve access to services, against economic development, against tax cuts, and against jobs. I would encourage all my colleagues to join me in seeing the merits of this resolution and voting yes.
Thank you. More discussion. Legislator Romeo.
Thank you, Chairman. I will be voting no, not for any of those reasons, but because I disagree with how we're doing it. I'm glad that we are supporting suppliers. I'm glad that we are supporting housing. I just don't agree with how we're doing it. I'm voting no for personal reasons and hope that we can move forward after this and continue to work on both of those things.
Thank you. Legislator Olson.
Yes, colleagues and community members, today we are being asked to vote on a $27 million investment to purchase land that will support the development of supply chain companies. It is not a small sum, and I understand why some view it with skepticism and even frustration. In times of rising costs and competing priorities, every public dollar demands scrutiny. I rise today not to dismiss these concerns, but to answer them with conviction, with facts, and with a vision for our future. This isn't just a land deal. It's a cornerstone of the most transformative economic opportunity our region in generations has seen. Historic decisions to build a semiconductor manufacturing hub in Central New York has already spoke global attention for good reason. We are standing in the epicenter of the industry that will shape the 21st century. This land acquisition is a critical step in building infrastructure that will support this. It is about jobs our children will apply for, the homes they will build, the schools their children will attend, and it's reversing decades of population losses, creating high-tech training opportunities in our schools, and bringing back the kind of prosperity that allows families to stay here and thrive here. This is a long-term investment in our community and our people. Let us not forget this $27 million commitment is part of a larger private-public partnership that has already leveraged billions in federal, state, and private dollars. If we do not act, we risk stalling momentum. But if we do act boldly and wisely, we're helping write a new chapter in Onondaga County, a chapter of innovations, of jobs, and of hope. So today I will vote yes, not because this decision is easy, but because it is right. Because I believe in 10, 20, and 50 years, our children, grandchildren will look back on this moment and say, that's when we built the future of Onondaga County. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other discussion? Legislator Brown.
Thank you, Chairman. So I want to rise to encourage my colleagues to vote no on this. I also wish, we could sparse this out or to bifurcate, but I want to speak about the two parts that I disagree with. So $5 million for OCHIP concerns me because what we've seen from OCHIP so far isn't enough. The money OCHIP has spent out, $25 million, has become somewhat of like an attaboy for developers who are already building housing and not actually an incentive to encourage more development. This does not work towards the goals outlined in Plan Onondaga that I fully support, and I'm opposing that part of it. Also, $27 million to buy land for not Micron, I guess, doesn't seem genuine. In fact, if the money isn't to support the supply chain companies for Micron, I superoppose it because in planning and in Ways and Means, Micron came up a bunch of times, and I was under the impression we were using this vote today, we were using the Micron project as leverage towards getting the companies to come. When the public hears Micron, they get anxious. We get anxious because our community has a history with big projects like Destiny and large corporations like Carrier. So people are gonna have questions. I have questions. We understand, the 17 of us, the legislators, we get that there are semantics. We understand the difference, but we have to acknowledge that we are voting within a public that doesn't. There's a key document, one that has nothing to do with today's vote, and one that the county says it doesn't have, but OSIDA has. And that distinction might matter on paper, but for the public, it doesn't. It doesn't help us build public trust. Most people don't know what OSIDA is. When they read the Onondaga County Industrial Development Agency, is in possession of a document, they treat it as just another county agency, like the Onondaga County Department of Health or the Onondaga County Department of Social Services. When the Onondaga County Legislature is approving funding while one of our largest media outlets in the area is calling for the Onondaga County Industrial Development Agency to release a transparency document related to the spending, we have to understand that at best, this is a bad look, and at worst, it's intentional deception. I do want to applaud the well thought out and thorough plan for economic development. I'm excited that we're spending $27 million. Well, I'm not excited that, we want to put $27 million towards that, but I do want to compare it to the $25 million that we've put towards housing in the past 3 years. I would love to see that same energy, that same vigor, that same, chutzpah towards housing. But because of these things, I urge my colleagues to vote no.
Thank you. Is there other discussion? Legislator Knapp.
Thank you. Just to clarify, this may be for Micron supply chain, but all these other companies who have also announced that they're moving in, it's going to be for them too. So it's supply chain companies in general, whoever they're supplying. We're not going to, if it's a nice opportunity, we're turning no one away as far as I'm concerned. The other piece of this is, as we all know, when we go through the budget process every year, we finance county government on sales tax. The property tax is nice, but that pretty much all goes to New York State for a lot of the mandates that we have to take care of there. So we depend on a growing sales tax base to support all these other projects that are great and needed in our community to support everybody. So the lead program, everything else. If we're not growing our sales tax, we're not going to have the money to improve our roads, keep funding the lead program at a high level and all the other great things that we do. So we have to make these investments. We could take this $27 million and do a one shot and yep, it'd be great for a year, but then where are we? We have to be investing so that every year we're growing that sales tax base so we can do the things we want to do.
Thank you. Other discussion? Any other discussion? Leader Hernandez.
Yes, so I rise to make a motion. Through the discussion, as we heard, there are concerns with different parts, right? We're in favor of the technology, 1 million. Some of us are in favor of the 5 million. There are concerns with the 27 million. So I would like to make a motion to amend number 23 and separate it into 3 different resolutions. One being the 1 million for technology, one being the 5 million for OCHIP, and one being the 27 million for the land trust. I just feel like it might be better for us to vote separately than have to pick all 3 together and vote all 3 as one.
I understand. So there's a motion. Is there a second? Legislator Brown. So I have a motion. I have a second. I'll have the clerk read a long call, and we'll vote. Yes being to cut it into 3, Separate resolutions, no, saying we're going to stay right here with 23 as it's written. Yes. Legislator Knapp.
Yes, just a comment on that. You know, this resolution went through 2 committees in its current form. There was never a comment or a thought at that time to break it into 3 different resolutions. And as the sponsor, I will be voting to keep it one package. Thank you.
Thank you.
Unfortunately,
Leader Hernandez, yeah.
we're in county government, and things change every minute, every second. You get new facts, you get other understandings, and that's just the way it is in government, unfortunately.
Understood. Is there any other discussion? Yes, Legislator Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Leader Hernandez referenced $27 million for a land trust. I guess I just don't understand what she's referring to there. Excuse me.
Sorry, I misspoke, Osider. You understand now? Okay.
Is there any other discussion about the motion? We have a first, we have a second. If you vote yes, it means you want to split it apart or bifurcate it is a word. If you do not want to do that, you can vote no, and we will keep number 23 as is. Okay, I'll have the clerk call a long call.
Legislators May? No. Hernandez?
Yes.
Meeker?
No.
Gunnip?
No.
Cody? No. Abbott?
Yes.
Romeo?
Yes.
Beato?
No.
Harvey?
Yes.
Olson?
No.
McCarron?
No.
Knapp?
No.
Bush? Kelly? Brown?
Yes.
Garland?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
No.
6 ayes, 11 opposed.
Very well, the motion is defeated. We will take number 23 in its form. Leader Hernandez.
I'm just going to try again. I'm sorry. But
What?
I would like to make a motion to table it for further discussion.
All right. So there is a motion to postpone. Is there a second? Legislator Brown. I'm sorry, you said postpone it until when?
Session.
To next session. I have a first, I have a second. You're saying until the June session.
Bring it back through those committees so we can have more discussion.
All right, very well. Leader Hernandez. So,
And we're learning together, right?
yeah, I understand. So what you've just done is combined two. Postpone until next session is different than put back to, refer back to committee. What is your pleasure?
I prefer to table it to next session.
All right, it is called a postpone until next session. Is that what you also intended, Legislator Brown? Very well. So we have a first, we have a second. Is there any discussion? Leader May.
Thanks, Chairman. I guess, just to echo Legislator Knapp's comments, this has been through two committees and voted on, planning and Ways and Means. And I guess there's also one thing that I want to clarify, at least from my standpoint, having done my homework on this issue. And I've heard it a number of times today in different comments and in different forms that we're helping one business or helping a supplier or whatever. That's wrong. We are competing to maximize the opportunity and the momentum that this community has with economic development. We know that we have opportunity at our doorstep, specific opportunities to win, chances to get certain suppliers here from other parts of the world. We don't compete if we don't lead, and we have to get this done sooner than later, or opportunities will be lost. This is not rushing. The due diligence has been done, lots of it, lots and lots of it. So I will not be voting in favor of postponement. It's, again, it's time to compete and make the most of the opportunity we have. Thank you.
Thank you, Leader May. Legislator Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just question the utility of punting this resolution to next session if the plan is to have questions answered. Obviously, this has been through committee multiple times, as we discussed, and if people have questions to answer, I believe it should happen in committee. So I don't see any reason to kick the can down the road and vote on this issue again, or rather for the first time in June session. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there other discussion? Leader Hernandez.
You know, there's a right way to do things, right? And we just want to be real transparent when we do things. We have, you know, asked for documents and been denied, and we know it isn't on this agenda. We're not discussing this. This is not the 27, but just being able to see certain documents to have, you know, certain ideas of what we're putting this $27 million to, actually, it just makes a difference. There was told to us that the statement is going to come out in June, right? So hopefully we're able to see it before then and have a little bit more transparency when it comes to voting on this.
Thank you. Legislator Brown.
Thank you, Chairman. I want to acknowledge, just as far as, you know, why we want to table it. So our county is located within a greater conversation. The federal government is making drastic changes that the public are not comfortable with. I think we can all agree on that. The public is not as in touch, is not as aware, is not as, you know, focused on this as we are. The public is aware that there's an environmental impact statement that doesn't have anything to do with this, but it more relates to the larger project. The public is aware that a lot of agencies at the federal level that we administer are under attack. We want more time to explain to the public what we're doing and why we're doing it. It was mentioned in public comment that a town hall would be ideal, but personally, I don't mind meeting with people in, you know, Lysander and Fayetteville if they come to me. But the public does have questions about what we're doing, and we're not doing a good enough job of explaining to the people who elected us why we're doing them. And it is because that I will urge my colleagues to table.
Legislator Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I won't belabor the point, but I would argue that the transparent way to do things is for those questions to take place in a public committee meeting.
Thank you. Is there other discussion? I have a first. I have a second. We're talking about postponing until the June session. A yes is to do just that, postpone it. A no is to continue the discussion and move towards a vote here today. Very well. I have the clerk call a long call, please.
Legislators May? No. Hernandez?
Yes.
Meeker?
No.
Gunnip?
No.
Cody? No. Abbott?
No.
Romeo?
No.
Fiato?
No.
Harvey?
Yes.
Olson?
No.
McCarron?
No.
Knapp? No. Bush? Kelly?
No.
Brown?
Yes.
Garland?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
No.
4 ayes, 13 opposed.
So the noes have it. We'll continue discussion. Moving towards a vote, is there anything else the legislators would like to discuss or say? Very well. Seeing none, I'll have the clerk please call a long call on number 23.
Legislators May? Yes. Hernandez?
No.
Meeker?
Yes.
Gunnip?
Yes.
Cody? Yes. Abbott?
Yes.
Romeo?
No.
Fiato?
Yes.
Harvey? No. Olson?
Yes.
McCarron?
Yes.
Knapp? Bush? Kelly?
Yes.
Brown?
No.
Garland? Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
12 ayes, 5 opposed.
Resolution number 23 is adopted. Number 24,
2025 transfer resolution.
Legislator Knapp.
Thank you. Number 24 is a transfer resolution from legislative contingency to the land bank. Thank you.
Is there any discussion? Legislator Brown.
I'm going to be recusing myself from this vote due to conflict of interest.
Understood. Is there any other discussion? Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a short call?
Legislators Abbott, May, Hernandez, Romeo. 16 ayes, 1 excused.
Resolution number 24 is adopted. We'll now consider the local law listed on the agenda. Will the deputy clerk please read the title for local law A?
A local law authorizing the county to re-enter into a 20-year lease agreement with the town of Onondaga.
Legislator Olson.
Yes, the town of Onondaga, this is basically a 20-year renewal with the Sheriff's Department with increases in utilities and cost that will be paid for by the county. This is a good deal for the town of Onondaga. This is a good deal for the Sheriff's Department, and this is a good deal for the county. I urge its adoption.
Is there any other discussion? Seeing none, will the clerk please call a long call?
Legislators May? Yes. Hernandez? Yes. Meeker? Yes. Gunnett?
Yes.
Cody? Yes. Abbott?
Yes.
Romeo?
Yes.
Fiato?
Yes.
Harvey?
Yes.
Olson?
Yes.
McCarron?
Yes.
Knapp? Yes. Bush? Yes. Kelly?
Yes.
Brown?
Yes.
Garland?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
17 ayes, none opposed.
Local law A has passed. There's no unfinished business from the previous meeting, and there are no announcements from this chair. Leader May, will you make a motion to adjourn?
I move to adjourn until Tuesday, June 3rd.
Thank you. We are adjourned.